So, Robin, I have something interesting I want to mention to you. So, my sister just brought home a creature. And I'm curious if you know anything about it, because I'm kind of at a loss for it. I don't understand it. But she bought this little brown, hairy gremlin that has like a weird ass troll face. I asked her what it was, and it was called a Labubu. And apparently they're like massive on TikTok. Like, do you know it? Do you know what it is?
No. Screw Labubus. No.
What?
You need to take your sister to like therapy right now. She needs to like go to like, what are those freaking thing called that alcoholics go to? I can't even think of. She needs to like go to a retreat.
Alcoholics Anonymous?
Like
rehabilitation.
Rehab, that's what. She needs to go to Labubu rehab.
What's the issue? It's just like a stuffed little dude. Like
no. People are addicted and it's bad, and Labubus aren't even that good. That is my hot take. I hate Labubus. They're bad. Your sister's bad. I hate your sister now because now she has a Labubu.
Wow, that's one way to start an episode. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that illicit response. I thought you would like Labubus. They seem like something you would collect. They seem like something you would love. Like, why do you hate them? Like, what's the issue?
It is exactly everything that I love. It's like ugly enough, but it's still like sort of cute, but it's like also like it's like still adorable, but also disgusting at the same time. And it's like a cute collectible item. It is everything that I would love, but it's also like, that's the reason why I hate it. Oh my gosh. Every time I think of Labubus and I think about how obsessed people are with Labubus, I just become feral.
But like, you said it yourself. You're even the dog is like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Robin? Like, you're like literally grasping at straws to find a reason to hate this.
My dogs are also upset by the Labubus. They are also triggered by Labubu. People are just so obsessed with Labubus, and it's like, I can't judge. Oh my gosh, these dogs. I've triggered my dogs with my screaming.
You've absolutely pissed them off because I'm even confused as to why you hate them so much. Like, come on, you can't tell me, like, not every group of kids has their one thing they want to collect. You know, back for us, it was like Pokemon cards, fucking even silly bands, Crazy Bones. Don't you remember how like those things went? People collected the crap out of those things.
Yeah, but silly bands, like, you can wear. Pokemon cards, you can actually play with. Like, and like, there's like other ones, like Sony Angels, like, you can put them on your phone. And like, there's so many things that you can do with a lot of these items. There is almost nothing you can do with Labubus. Labubus are awful. They're awful. They don't offer anything extra. I would say like Labubus are most similar to like Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. I was gonna say, like, people collected Beanie Babies.
Labubus right now are banned in England because people are getting into fist fights over Labubus. Labubus are going for hundreds of dollars. And I do not get it. And it's everything I should get. I'm a Squishmallow collector. I'm a Pokemon card collector. I'm an anime figurine collector. Like, I get the deep desire to collect adorable things. I am a Sanrio girly through and through. I will go feral for anything that has Tuxedo Sam on it. So I 100% understand the desire, but I guess I don't understand the worldwide desire for Labubus. And every time one more person likes a Labubu, I hate Labubus like 0.1% more.
Okay, so I'm starting to realize what you hate about it. You just hate that it's mainstream. That's it. You just hate the fact that the general population of Gen Z or Gen Alpha TikTok is like, oh my God, this shit crazy. Look at that little fur bear. Look at how adorable and crazy and ugly it looks. Like, that's exactly. So you're just a complete contrarian, is what you are. You just like to be a contrarian.
It's very much. I want to say it's like 25% that. It's 25% Labubus are just popular. But like today, I saw a person getting an X-ray of their fucking Labubu. Like, it's like, I think
X-ray?
it's more so an X-ray of a Labubu. Let me find it real quick.
How do you get an X-ray with a Labubu?
Putting Labubus in X-ray machines. Here. I'm gonna fucking share my screen so you can see the audacity that people are wasting medical supplies over frickin' Labubus. Oh my gosh.
You just seem to be really aggressive over the fact that people have done dumber things for less. And you're acting like this is like the end of the world. I'm going to be honest, Robyn. I think you are literally just being a hater. Okay, hold on. I'm
literal
looking.
X-ray machines with their Labubus inside. These are the Labubu X-rays. This is what I've been seeing. People have been they've been strapping the freaking Labubus down to give them X-rays. And this person here freaking CT scanned their Labubu.
I honestly.
CT scanned their Labubu. There are people out there with like terminal cancer who can't get these tests. But people are putting their Labubus inside. If this is not class disparity at its finest, I don't know what is.
Robyn, there's been way dumber things done. They did surgery on a grape, damn it! They wasted their good resources for a fucking little fruit.
No.
And you're complaining for a little...
No.
What if these guys were doctors, huh? What if these guys were doctors and they wanted to spend their medical time on the little Labubus?
No, because surgery on a grape is actually teaching people how to do micro stitches and how to like make tiny cuts that will eventually be done to save people's lives. Those are actual medical practices that people do. They do it to tangerines, they do it to grapes, they do it to stuff like that to learn how to do the same stitches on human skin and organs without doing human testing. Putting a Labubu through an X-ray is not the same thing. It is not the same thing remotely in the slightest. There is no new medical information coming out of putting something that's a medical object inside a Labubu. I'm just waiting till the day someone is dumb enough to put a Labubu in an MRI machine and watch that thing rip up into smithereens because of the magnets inside.
You know what? I really hope that some crazy medical breakthrough occurs because of a Labubu now. Just not because I care about the Labubus that much. I just to spite you, just to make you more angry at these things. Listen, I'm not one for collecting shit. I couldn't give two shits about collecting garbage. I mean, I collected Pokemon cards because everyone else was doing it. I did Bakugan because everyone else was doing it too. I was a big old follower as a child. Nowadays, I couldn't give two craps. Except for Bakugan. Bakugan was gas. Bakugan was something else.
At least those you can do. Bakugan, there's a game. Pokemon, there's a game. Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a game. Beyblade, there's a game. Like, there is a game to these things. Or, like, I think Littlest Pet Shops or Monster High Dolls. Like, those are, like, things that you... Not to say that you can't play with Labubus, but it's like, children aren't the people buying Labubus right now. Billie Eilish is buying Labubus. Mega celebrities are buying Labubus. These are adult people buying Labubus. And I don't think people are, like, gathering together to have tea parties with their Labubus. We are not playing together with our Labubus. Labubus are a status symbol, and that's why I don't like them.
Okay,
it's less
tell me this.
so that it's popular.
Tell me this, Robyn.
But yeah.
What about Stanley Cups, huh?
I hate Stanley Cups too. I'm a Yeti girl through and through. I think Yetis are actually good.
So you're saying you would buy a whole array of Yeti bottles and Yeti cups just to be like, I am a Yeti girly. I've got all the good stuff, and I'm better than all of you.
No, you see, I would not do that. I would buy 1 to 2 Yetis, maybe a Yeti cooler, if it was cute enough.
Oh.
And I would use it until it breaks. And if someone said, oh, whoa, is that a Yeti cooler? I'd be like, yeah, it's really cool. I highly recommend it. And I leave it at that like a normal human being. I don't buy name brand stuff to touted around. That is what my big tits are for. That is what I have to brag about in life. I don't need Labubus. I don't need Stanleys when I have G-cup titties.
What does that have to do with your titties?
It's just because these people have nothing to brag about. That's the issue. Well, Billie Eilish does have big boobies. I can't say that she doesn't.
I was gonna say, the amount of clips I've seen her just like smacking the yitties, they got some oomph to them. Don't be looking up Billie Eilish titties right now. Don't you dare be looking up titties.
I was looking up Billie Eilish Labubu. And there's so I didn't even know about Labubus until I watched Labubu dying videos. Like
Labubu dying videos?
Labubu. This is how I found out about Labubus, was through these like dying videos where they would customize the Labubus and dye them. And this was when I respected Labubus. I was like, oh, they're a little weird looking, but I can't judge because like goblin sharks are like my favorite shark. And I feel like this gives like goblin shark blobfish vibes. I feel like it needs a little bit tweaking to be like fully cute. Like there's something about the face that is like a tiny bit off-putting, but I like that it has like the keychain. I like when people like customize it. It gives it like a little more oomph, but not for the price. Like Labubu for sale. Like they're all like, they have like blind boxes and stuff like that. They have fake Labubus for like $10, but they have like Labubus for going like $100. Like hundreds of dollars. I'm sorry, this is something that shouldn't cost more than like $10 or so. Like I should be able to buy this plain Labubu for $10, at most $15. It should not be this much.
Obviously, because like, what do you know why
200.
Grown ass adults are fighting to fucking grab these? Because it's the scalpers. Those guys are the only people that are the ones sitting there with their angry bodies and just creating ruckuses because they just so badly want to resell these. That's just how it is with Pokemon cards too. Like every single one of these people, it's literally not because they enjoy it. The people that really fight for it are the ones that are trying to make a profit off of it. So, you know, it's depressing.
It really is. I think scalpers are really what has ruined collection culture. Because when Beanie Babies and like Pokemon cards and stuff like that were around, like there were some scalpers, but there wasn't a lot. But when like COVID came around, people were trying to make careers off of scalping. Like before 2020, 2021, I almost never saw limitations in buying stuff unless it was like a hurricane. Like there was never like, oh, you can only buy one of this or two of this or four of this. Otherwise we're going to cut you off. And it's like, when I saw that as a kid, it was for like toilet paper, soup, water, like basic living necessities. And now after 2020, it's like for the latest console. It's for Labubus. There was another one that I didn't even realize that was going viral, but my like Hallmark store was like saying you could only buy like 2 per person.
Jellycat?
But Jellycats were also like a big collector item, I guess, that people were going feral over. Wait, this is actually so
It was completely against the... Okay, Robyn, listen,
I'm
you're
not
susceptible.
a Jellycat hater. This I get. And I haven't heard
or
these
Squishmallows.
being banned in the fucking UK. Oh, I love Squishmallows.
Yeah, were those like scalped at all? Were those like super like crazily like gone wild for? Have people gone feral over Squishmallows?
Let me see. I don't know if... Because there are technically rare Squishmallows. There are like... I have a rare Squishmallow. Let me see. Gino... Squishmallow. This one I have. And he is categorized as a rare Squishmallow. He has like the little silver here.
$35.
And it's like, that's actually, well, probably because he's unpopular. He's like a little hyena. I like to think Gino is actually Gina and is a woman. And his first sentence is, he has a 6-inch hoagie. And you might want to measure its length.
Wait, what?
And I was like, I bought Gino just because It was like, I have a 6-inch hoagie. I can't even say it.
Why?
And I was like, damn,
Why?
I want your 6-inch hoagie.
Why does it need to have a 6-inch hoagie? Like who? The guy who wrote, he's a deli worker. Hold on, I'm reading the thing right now. He's a deli worker. Wait on. If deli worker Gino made your 6-inch what the fuck? I can't read this. I'm having a stroke. If deli worker Gino made your 6-inch hoagie, you might want to measure its length. Bro, someone wrote this literally like with a half chub. I'm calling it right now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This hungry little hyena tends to slice himself a little bite, especially when it comes to his favorite roast beef on rye. That's something else. I mean, okay, the ones I can think of.
You can put your roast beef in my rye.
Whoa. I think the only thing I've like really been interested in collecting is like when I was a kid, at least like Crazy Bones. I know for a fact I was collecting Crazy Bones for a bit, but I wasn't that like insane with it. Like
I have this one.
Which one?
This one, I didn't know like he would be categorized as rare. I just got him because he was purple.
I mean, usually when they put the rare tag on something, it usually means that it's not as expensive.
No, this one doesn't have a rare tag.
Wow.
This one doesn't have a rare tag. Huh.
Oh, wow. You're gonna
start... The Ravenclaw is rare? Interesting.
You're about to scalp that shit right now. Robyn's going on to eBay as we speak.
No, because when I buy things, I fucking keep them. I keep them. I spent my weekend, like, opening up all my stuffed animals and restuffing them, because I like my things hard. Yeah. I do mean it that way. I like them hard. I like my squishmallows like I like my dicks. Hard.
But that's not the point of them.
No, but it's like, I like the support, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want a floppy squishmallow. I want a squishmallow that's, like, ready for action.
You want a firm mellow. You want something that's firm enough.
Exactly.
You know, you don't want to go too flaccid, otherwise it's not fun. It's like when the squishmallow has like erectile dysfunction, you really don't want, you can't really do nothing with it.
Exactly. That is the best way to put it. It's like I need something more to it. I think I do get collectors. I definitely get the squishmallows because these are nice to snuggle with. And, like, at the very least, like, if you don't end up liking them, like, you could always, like, resell them. I don't get the scalping of it. Silly bands. I was always a big silly band girly. I want silly bands back. I think silly bands should come back.
Silly bands, I feel like, are the one thing that are the most useless pieces of shit I've ever seen with collections.
What?
They are trash. Like, who the fuck is gonna need okay, tell me this, okay? If you're using a rubber band, you are going to be using it to wrap shit. Like wrapping shit around. You're not gonna be able to see the dumbass shape that it makes.
No, but that is what, like, the trading element of it is. Like, you want the different ones, and it's like you wear them on your wrist, and that's where it looks cool. And then people will be like, oh, cool, what's that thing on your wrist? You take it off, and then, like, boom, it's an Angry Bird.
Literally, with the silly bands, I made sure to see how many I could put on my wrist before I was in, like, threat of getting amputated. That's how I use silly bands. I made sure my hands were deep purple, and I gotta make sure that my clout energy was maximized.
I wonder which characters they have in this one.
Do they still make silly bands?
Yes, I'm on the Silly Bands website.
Oh my god, they still make silly bands.
They have Sanrio silly bands.
No, they don't.
If they have, like, a Tuxedo Sam, I'm ordering this 72-pack of Sanrio.
Robyn, you're falling straight into the fucking pit of consumerism! You were just shit-talking these stupid little whatever they're called again. I can't remember the fucking names.
Labubus are bad.
Labubus.
Labubus are bad. But I will always be a sucker for consumerism. I don't hate Labubus because consumerism. There are many people who do, but I don't. I'm a Sanrio girly. I am in the thick of consumerism. I see something with Karomi, Agretzko, or Tuxedo Sam on it, and I just drop my money like my favorite stripper just went on stage. Like, I will shell my life out for those 3 characters. So I get the consumerism. What I don't get is the classism. I don't get the classism in Labubus.
Robyn, it's just like any other collection, okay? If you
Silly bands
have the
were
money,
for the poor.
even silly bands, even them being for the poor, they were still annoying and dumb. You want to be...
No.
You want to know what's worth trading? You want to know what's worth trading?
What?
Stocks.
Bro.
Anyone can buy stocks. You know what you gotta do? Open up a Robinhood account, put the $5 into the stock market, and then watch that shit go down.
Exactly.
That's my favorite game to play.
Even with my MBA, I couldn't get into stocks. I could not at all get into stocks. Anytime I played the stock game in school, I would always lose. And like, I would tell my teacher, I'm like, I'm always losing at the game. And they're like, what do you mean? And then I would show them exactly what I did, or they would tell me what to do, and I would do exactly what I did, what they asked me to do, and I would still lose, and they would be like, huh, well, I guess it's different for everyone. Like, it's randomized. And I'd sit there and be like, but you're not teaching me how to do this. And then everyone else would do it and be fine. So it's like, I'm like always like very trepidatious about getting into stocks because it's just like, I just have really, really bad luck. I think that's what it is.
So what you got to do instead is don't think of them as numbers on screen go burr, okay? Imagine them as, I don't know, just hypothetically speaking, just a bunch of Sanrio plushies, right? So it's like, if I buy 100 Sanrio plushies and I want to sell it to some other schmuck for, I don't know, like a couple other Sanrio plushies, then I can make more money. Just, you got to change your mindset.
It's funny that you should say that, actually, because I know that you've been looking for other investing opportunities, and I wanted to present this new investing opportunity to you. That's sort of like a little related to what we've been talking about.
What do you, investing 101? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this, like, girly pop style for instead of investing bros, this is for girly pops? Am I going to learn how to invest like a girly pop?
Exactly. We're going to teach you how to invest like a girly pop.
Wait, you just had this on the dime? Wait, you had this ready? You had this ready?
Yeah,
Bro, I swear to God.
The rant about Labubus was just a lure for my MLM scheme.
I knew it. There is something about that. Guys, don't buy Labubus. Apparently got to learn from Robyn how to really invest in cute plushy stuff.
I am going to tell you what you should really buy. I'm going to tell you what you should really buy instead of fucking Labubus, instead of fucking stocks, instead of all that other useless crap. But first, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think of when you think of offshore accounts?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, damn. Well, okay, you're not wrong.
I mean, that's the first thing I thought of.
You're not wrong.
You asked me what the first thing I thought of was, that's what came to my mind.
Well, I was thinking of, like, countries, like Switzerland.
Oh, yeah, Switzerland.
The Cayman Islands.
Puerto Rico.
Like, sometimes
Epstein
Singapore,
Island.
Puerto Rico. Sure, Epstein Island. There are a lot of areas where you can have offshore investment accounts. But ultimately, a lost opportunity is Japan. Japan is where the real offshore accounts are. And you might be saying, Robyn, it's Japan. It is an industrialized society with very strict laws. What kind of offshore investments does Japan offer? And you were talking about Sanrio. Surprisingly, the answer is Sanrio.
Wait, what? Wait, do they have a Sanrio investing platform? Can I sign up now? Like, actually?
Yeah, let me go through the whole presentation.
Okay,
I will teach you how to invest in Sanrio. But first, we have to understand Sanrio. It is not just cute things. It is not just even Hello Kitty. It is an adorable lifestyle brand that inspires people to have joy in their life. And currently, this epicenter of joy is being managed by the man, the myth, the legend, Tomokuni Tsujini. I probably
there's no NI at the end of his name.
Damn, Tomokuni Tsuji.
He looks so innocent. You were practicing and yet you still failed. Tomokuni will be so mad at you right now. He would disown you and replace you with a Labubu.
No. Honestly, the day Sanrio buys out Labubu is the day I will die. Sanrio and Labubu should stay on
Get
opposite
this
sides of the road.
mud blood shenanigans out of my pure
But look at this
Sanrio.
adorable man. He would never, ever invest in Labubus. He's wiser than that. And fun fact, he was one of the youngest CEOs. When he took on Sanrio, he was 31 years old and became the youngest CEO in Japan. So
Wow.
he is a baby boss. He is a boss baby, one might say.
He does have a really baby face. He looks like his cheeks are so pinchable. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first thing I would do in a CEO board meeting with this man is go, "Oh, look at his little cheeks. Let me just go squeeze them little cheeks."
He is Poppy. Tomokuni is Poppy. We love him. We love him so much. And what we love more about him is the wide variety of characters that he takes care of. Because there are so many options when it comes to investing in Sanrio. There are actually at least 450 characters. There are so many Sanrio characters, I couldn't even fit them all here. There are some like iconic ones, like Kuromi, Choco Cat, Pumperine.
The orange one, what's that? The fox thing at the top right. I know I've seen the Netflix thing before.
The red panda.
Fox.
She is a red panda. Her name is Retsuko, but her line is called Agretzko.
Ah, that's what it is. It's the angry little rat. Yes, I know. Yes. I've seen that before.
I'm gonna murder you. There's Little Angels, and they do a lot of collaborations, but there are so many characters that you can invest in. Hello Kitty already has an insane amount of variants that you can invest in. However, I was sort of realizing that the one form of Hello Kitty that they don't give as an option to, like, separately invest in, at least officially from Sanrio, is Hawaii Hello Kitty.
The fuck? Like, I've seen those before!
Merchandise
I saw that at a gift shop!
For Hawaiian Hello Kitty, but she is not recognized as a separate character. This stupid strawberry Hello Kitty that I have never fucking seen before. This Ichigo Hello Kitty, that is a separate Hello Kitty in the eyes of Sanrio. But Hawaii Hello Kitty isn't? I don't get it.
I think the problem is that there isn't a Labubu that is as buff as Hawaiian Hello Kitty.
That too. I've seen people giving their Labubus BBLs.
Are they that caked up?
After this, we are gonna look at the Labubu BBL videos.
Oh.
Again, X-ray Labubus, BBL Labubu. I can't get into it. I have to teach. Okay, focus, Robyn.
Teacher, professor, it's okay.
Professor
it's okay.
Robyn. Professor Robyn.
I know Labubus make you mad because they're better than Sanrio characters. I understand the frustration.
No.
Just remember, you're going to see a Labubu TV show or movie coming in the next 5 years because of this. Okay?
No. I will vomit everywhere.
And Hello Kitty will get nothing.
There's literally a Hello Kitty show.
Well, it's not going to be nearly as good as a Labubu
Hello
show.
Kitty shows. No, the original Hello Kitty Theater Time show. Okay. You are triggering me, and you are taking us off task. Do you want to make money or not? Do you want to be a brokey?
Honestly, if I want to be rich, I'm just gonna start shorting all the stocks in Sanrio and against you. So therefore, because I think Labubu is honestly the new wave. I think you're kind of behind the times now, Robyn. I think you've kind of lost it.
No, Sanrio has been strong. They are celebrating their 50th year anniversary. For 50 years, they have worked hard on creating this investment opportunity. And why have they dedicated their lives to investigating this opportunity? To hide Japanese war crimes. Now, let's get into how
you can't just gloss over the war crimes bit. You can't gloss over that.
Let's get into how to invest
she's glossing over
Sanrio. We are going to present some of the statistics for you. So this is some of the things that I've been keeping an eye on for my Sanrio portfolio. Now, Agretzko. She was doing well in the market for a while, as you can see by the graph. In the beginning of it, she was doing really, really well, up and down. A lot of times it would go up and down at like the start of the season and then go down at the end of the season. But she was rather like plateaued for the most part. But then the moment the Netflix show ended, her quality, the stock tanked. So if you have any Agretzko like shares, pull them out while you can. They're not going to be going up anytime soon. I would wait another 5 years before you start investing in Agretzko again, unless you're just a believer, which, as a fellow believer, I'm so sorry for us.
I'm still confused on what I'm investing in, okay? I feel like if I was a shark right now in Shark Tank, I would give you a fucking fat ass no with whatever I'm investing in right now.
No. You are investing as Agretzko as a character. You are investing in this character. So you know so much about stocks. You know how you can invest in like the Dow Jones. You can invest in Apple. If you're a real idiot, you can invest in Tesla. Like, you know how you can invest in all these portfolios?
But what am I investing in? I'm so confused.
You have to think of each character as an individual portfolio. So think of Agretzko as the same as buying Tesla stock right now. Very dangerous.
I'm not buying okay, so you're telling me if I buy enough Agretzko stock, I will be able to go in and investor meetings with her or him. I don't know what gender it is. The point is, I'll have investor meetings with this thing, and it'll be like, yippee, yeah, things are going really bad since the Netflix show dropped. It's like, am I gonna have investor meetings with this thing? I'm so confused, Robyn.
Actually,
what?
Yeah. If you invest enough in Agretzko, you will have opportunities to talk to fellow, like, shareholders, like the voice actors, maybe our boy himself, TT. I'm not gonna attempt to say his name again. Our homeboy Cooney. Like, you could meet with these people if you buy enough merch, because they will see you as a mega fan and discuss it with you.
Okay.
Yeah, now, do you want to see other portfolios that I do and don't recommend? Because I'm trying to lay some groundwork for you so you don't immediately go broke on an in-character that, like, doesn't have any upward opportunity.
Well, right now, the first thing you've shown me is something that is dead in the water, so I'm not really feeling confident about this whole Sanrio thing.
No,
I might have to start investing into Labubu, because right now that seems to be the most financially stable opportunity.
You want to be patient so I can show you what the next portfolio opportunity is?
I'm an investor. I'm very impatient.
The next one is Cineroll. Cineroll is going crazy. I would say Cineroll is better than, like, Hello Kitty herself. He is high up there. Very expensive share to have. But he's very up and down. He's very, very popular, but he has those drops. And right now, they are polling for the 2025 Character for the Year. And he is predicted to win again. He won in 2024. There's a prediction that he is going to win again in 2025, just because he is so popular. And what I would recommend is holding off until the results come out, because he's already super expensive. And if he wins, he is going to skyrocket, but if he loses, he is going to drop and he is going to go on sale, and that is the perfect time to snag him. So I suggest purchasing Cineroll stock, but after the announcement, if he loses.
So what I'm seeing here is $3,500 for a single share in Cineroll, correct? Right?
Yes.
That's like up there with like the Fortune 500 companies per share.
Yes.
Like, when is the stock split going to happen? Because I'm starting to think the stock might split up and they're going to have to, increase the share amount, because this seems to be a completely irregular market here. Like, also, what happened in the middle? Why did that drop so hard? I don't think I want to even bother investing in this thing because of just how volatile it is.
It happens. Stocks are always volatile.
No, this is even more volatile. What was that? Was that 2008? Was that the housing crisis? What happened over there?
You can't sit here criticizing this when sometimes characters, they just sort of like become unpopular-ish. Like, yeah, that seems like a big drop, but really it's only like 35 to like 30.
Okay,
like,
okay.
That's
Does
what
it have a
is.
show? Does it have a show?
Not yet. But
Can I
it's gonna
say
be
this is
coming
a
out.
complete waste of an opportunity of an investment? This is clearly a very pump and dump scheme right here. There's something going on here, okay? Someone's inflating the value of this like exchange here, and it's no different than cryptocurrency. I'm gonna be honest. Just seeing this graph, I'm sure if I get it lined up with Ethereum or Bitcoin, it'll line up perfectly with with those things. Therefore, I say I pass it on this one, Robyn. So far, you're 0 for 2.
No. You want a more steady graph, a little more predictable graph.
I'm looking for the next S&P 500. Okay, I want to do long term. I'm a long term boy.
Fine. You want to know the character that I recommend? It's actually one that not a lot of people talk about, but I think more people should be investing in it. This is my boy, Tuxedo Sam. He was wildly unpopular for the longest time. He was fairly popular in like the early 2000s, but not wildly popular. He was only a little bit popular because he was Hello Kitty's love interest for a while. And then after that, he sort of tipped off a bit. But now his popularity is starting to skyrocket. And I would invest now while you can, because there's only a greater upward trajectory.
So you're telling me that this little penguin here that is currently priced at $420.69 per share. Nice. Okay. You're telling me that this guy was only popular or unpopular because they were trying to date Hello Kitty or they were dumped by Hello Kitty? How exactly did this relationship end?
So, in the Hello Kitty theater show, Tuxedo Sam and Hello Kitty were love interests. This was a show that was out in like the late 90s, early 2000s. This was when I fell in love with Tuxedo Sam and knew this was the guy I was going to marry one day and would inevitably murder me. And so I was obsessed with that show, as were many children. But after the show sort of dwindled out in popularity in the early 2000s, that's when it started to tank. Because that's the thing about Sanrio, you do have to keep an eye how much merch is coming out. How often are they showing up in collaborations? And I would say after 2005, Tuxedo Sam was barely showing up at all. It was almost impossible to find merchandise for him. He was a rather unpopular character. Now, like, I would say as of 5 years ago, he's starting to show up again in merch, but only as a group with, like, Hello Kitty, My Melody, Cinnarol, Kuromi. Like, now he's starting to show up with the whole group. However, now he's taking the next step up and getting solo merch. If you see a character starting to get solo merch, especially if it's, like, solo merch in a hot topic, then you know that they are having upward trajectory. And that is an opportunity to then invest.
Okay, so here's my little thing, right? So is Tux still the love interest to Hello Kitty?
I think as of right now, Hello Kitty doesn't really have a love interest. I think Hello Kitty is sort of pulling like an Elsa, Sing-a-Lady, I don't need no man. I don't know if there is any reference to them being love interests currently, but I don't think that's what made Tuxedo Sam popular. It wasn't the fact that he was Hello Kitty's love interest. It was early on, he gained fame because he was near Hello Kitty. Like Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, or,
Tom Holland and Zendaya.
That guy. I feel like Tom Holland was always a little famous, but I think Tom Holland and Zendaya can also be like a good one. Or whoever that freaking football player is in like Taylor Swift. Like,
Taylor Swift and yeah.
What's his name?
Don't care.
I don't care about football. It gets elevated when that date happens, but if they split off, they're like fine. Or like I think like Harry Styles and Taylor Swift. Like they were both famous, but when they dated, it like gave him a little bit more of an opportunity, and now he's solo and he's great and he's fine. And that is how you have to think of it.
I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think that's a smart investment opportunity, because if I'm going to expect to invest in Tux, right, for long-term growth, you said the fans are stupid. They will fluctuate in interest over time. And clearly, this is hitting a trough. It is clearly hitting a peak right now in interest. The only way I can see Tux finding any sort of boom in interest is if it starts getting shipped with Hello Kitty. That's the only way I see it happening.
No!
Best part about it is if they
No!
start getting shipped together, the cat and the penguin, they will be a perfect couple. But if they're not in the cards, then I see this as a complete wasted opportunity, and I think this is not worth the investment down the line.
You are
Next.
so
Next.
short-sighted. You are going to regret this. But
If I was
fine,
short-sighted,
next.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at how
You know what?
volatile Hello Kitty is. Look at how volatile that is. If you think about this, if Tux and
No.
Hello Kitty got together, that shit would make them go to the moon, okay? It would go to the moon and back and then to Mars.
You know the irony, though? You want to know the irony of it? This dip in Hello Kitty's chart, that was when the theater show was going on.
Which dip? There's like 3, 4, 5 different dips here.
No, the giant one, the lowest one.
That's when the show was going on?
That was the theater show. Hello Kitty does her best when there is no show. She is the opposite of a lot of the portfolios of that. The less you see of Hello Kitty, the better she does. Right now, she's in a little bit of a dip because she's in every single fucking Marshalls known to man. And then above all, my opinion is there's too many variants of Hello Kitty. The upside to this is that it gives a plethora of investment opportunities, both high risk and low risk. It's obvious you're a low risk investor. Couldn't be me. But not all the time when characters date do they do well. Agretzko is a great example of this because when she finally got with Haida, everything tanked. The show ended. Everything tanked. Everything went bad.
You know what the problem is?
Never gotten with Haida.
No, I know exactly what the problem was. Okay, I don't know what the hell the Haida is or what it looks like, but all I can tell you is this.
Oh my gosh.
No one likes a happy ending. If you give someone a happy ending, no one will care. Therefore, what you do is you pair them up, but you make them, at least one of them, undesirable to the other. They are a back and forth. Imagine poor little Tux crawling on his little penguin little hands, begging for Hello Kitty to give him just an ounce of attention. But she's like, no, I'm in Marshalls. I'm making money. And he's just like, please, God, I am broke here. I need you, my sugar mommy. That would go crazy. That would go gangbusters. Tuxie, the pitiful little penguin, would go fucking bonkers. But you know what? Clearly the leadership, the little babyface baby boy, doesn't have a vision or doesn't have a direction, and clearly he lacks any initiative to shake up the status quo, considering that the show of Hello Kitty was at its very bottom, was at its worst. Okay, you want to know why? Probably because the show probably sucked, and it wasn't enough to give to the fans. If the Hello Kitty show was the lowest point when it had the most amount of attention on it, and now when it has the most amount of mirth and it's still mid, that means Hello Kitty is not good.
I was gonna show you what the last one is, but no. You dissed my boy, Tuxedo-san, and I don't think you deserve to know what the best investment opportunity of all is.
Even if I deserved it, Robyn, would I really invest?
You know what? I'm gonna show it to the audience, and you're gonna shut the fuck up, because I think they are interested in these business opportunities. Last but not least, what I think is going to be the highest projected portfolio and who I think is going to be the true winner of the 2025 Best Sanrio character is Kuromi. Kuromi took a major dip when her sunlight was overshined by My Melody. But now, ever since they have started working together, she has not only skyrocketed with My Melody, she has surpassed My Melody. She is way cooler than My Melody, way more badass than My Melody. And you want to know what Kuromi does that My Melody doesn't? Kuromi fucks. She fucks. There is no way that this character does not bang bitches constantly. Her portfolio is that she is obsessed with boys. She likes men. She likes being around men. And I think if Sanrio was allowed to say it, they would say Kuromi has sex with some random person every single Saturday night, at minimum.
Okay, so what you're saying is that Kuromi is out there getting dick, right? And apparently
Yes.
they are a top tier, cast member of the Sanrio verse. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very top tier, has a lot of solo merch, and anytime there is group merch, there is like a 9.999999 out of 10 chance she is going to be a part of that group merch.
All right. Forget Hello Kitty.
And she has a show now. She also has a show now.
Forget
show
Hello
just came
Kitty.
out.
Forget Hello
Yeah.
Kitty and Tux. Tux and Kuromi. Bad girl, innocent little penguin. If they make that
gosh,
happen,
I
maybe
wish.
I might consider investing in both.
I will make that show just to make both their stocks skyrocket. Honestly, I would do it just for myself. As a Kuromi girly who is obsessed with Tuxedo Sam, I need that. Who's gonna be the Tuxedo Sam to my Kuromi?
I also think Kuromi, it makes sense. You know why? I think Kuromi works because out of everybody else in the group, she got a little edge to her. She kind of like the girl's girl, and she cute. And I think that's also why Labubu is popular. It's got a little edge to it. It's got a little goofiness and goblinness to it. That every girl has their inner goblin. I'm giving you a reason as to why Kuromi is working.
I'm gonna ignore that you made that comment. But Kuromi is working.
It's not just a comment, it's an observation. It's an observation of the market and the trends. Okay, I'm now an official market analyst of any dumb plushie that becomes big and popular.
Oh, because you saw my Investing 101 presentation, you are now a market analyst?
I am now a market analyst. I will now be teaching the next course of the 201 for Sanrio and other miscellaneous marketing merch characters. Just saying.
You don't even know how to invest yet. All you've seen is the numbers. You don't even know what you have to do in order to invest in these characters. You can't just go to Robinhood.com and buy their stocks.
I go to my bank and I say, put it all on Kuromi.
No, that is not what you do.
I walk into a McDonald's and I say, put it all on Kuromi. I walk into a Hot Topic, slide them $1,000 and say, give me every single piece of Kuromi merchandise you have.
There you go. You're starting to get better. How do you invest? By buying the fucking merch. You are buying the merch. And I have to say, yes, you go into your local Hot Topic and you buy a ton of shit. You go online and you buy a ton of the shit. And you collect it. And these are some of the things that I am personally looking for. And as a Sanrio broker, I can be your liaison in this. If you purchase these items, I will manage your portfolio for you. So if you're looking to invest, you know where I am at. I suggest everyone invests in Kuromi, and I highly, highly suggest, because no one else knows it better than me, I highly invest you utilize me as your broker. This is practically charity work. I am practically doing charity work for you. So once you invest, watch as your portfolios skyrocket. Thank you.
Wow. This honestly just gave me more motivation to just invest and short against Sanrio.
No!
I'm just saying.
No!
I'm not even a collector. I don't give two shits about these things. I couldn't give a wet fart about any of this stuff. Because to me, this is all just garbage.
Wow.
But if you like it though, I don't judge. But you know.
No. I see how it is.
No, it's okay. I appreciate you taking the time.
I went through all this effort. No, when you're broke, this is just what you're going to have to deal with. When you're a brokey and I'm rich and I am on my Tuxedo Sam yacht with my little boy toy who I've dressed in a Tuxedo Sam sexy costume, and he's serving me Kuromi themed champagne while I'm in my Hello Kitty bikini, you'll see. You'll see.
All I'm going to say is that I'd rather hop on CSGO and gamble away and get my money that way. I don't need no plushies.
You're not going to get any money. You're not going to get any money from that.
Just you wait until you hear about my presentation about CSGO.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Yeah, sure. I'll wait for that. I'll love watching your presentation on how to be a fool that obviously gets scammed. You know what? Those things never work because it's digital. It's digital. You're not getting anything out of that. In this case, at least I'm getting Kuromi merch. At least I'm getting merchandise. I have a Hello Kitty biker jacket. I can wear that on my motorcycle now. I can get bent over while wearing that jacket and feel the satisfaction of wearing Sanrio merchandise while I get my back blown out. You can't get that with your stupid CSGO guns.
Well, there's one problem that I won't have with CSGO is that I don't have to worry about getting the stains out after I get my ass blasted.
You want to know what? I don't have to worry about that. Because you want to know what I do? I buy the fucking item again.
There's no saving you, Robyn. I think I have to just short your entire Sanrio portfolio just to prove a point and just invest everything into Labubu. I think
you try. Fuck Labubu!
I'm waiting.
Done with Labubu.
The LBPU will reign supreme.
Is the most stable thing that you can invest in. Do 50 years of Sanrio mean nothing to you? Nothing!
You know, Robyn, it's called evolving with the times. And clearly, like, half of those portfolios you showed me were not good showings. And
would
Labubu
you say that to the S&P 500?
No, because the S&P 500 has gone 10% over every year. I don't think I've seen that overall with your portfolio.
Are you kidding?
Honest.
Are you kidding? You are blind. You are blind.
You're the one with glasses on right now.
I do not like you making fun of my disability like that.
Oh, well, we'll see.
That was crazy ableist of you. And you know what? I'm fucking complaining to HR about it.
Go ahead and complain. Go ahead and complain. In this corporate structure, you
Your
think
fucking
HR is going to care?
Is getting fired. You won't be able to even afford a fucking Choco Cat. A share of Choco Cat. You won't be able to fucking afford a share of Choco Cat when I am done with you.
I'm just going to invest it all into Labubu anyways, so I don't think I want your Choco Cats or your little Tonkatsus or whatever their names are. I think I'm good. I think I'm good, Robyn. But I think if anyone else would like to invest, consider subscribing so Robyn can give you their very, very astute and knowledgeable investing advice. So please subscribe.
I'm very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable.
And you know what? Some
very well
people
spoken.
Don't appreciate it, but you know what? I think someone out there will. Probably someone British.
And that's why you don't invest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Doodle Heads podcast. Please click on one of said episodes on screen and also subscribe.
And get yourself more educated. I have more educational videos.
Yes, there's a lot of education that she will share with you. So click on the screen if you want to see more education by Robyn, Professor.